Q Morning, Steve and Heather, and a special guest in the studio.
It's our favorite guest
good.
in the studio, and he's a cute one, too.
Isn't he?
I love it that I'm the favorite, and this is my first time here.
And cute.
Well, thank you. Yes, I no comment to that one.
Local comedian Garrett Clark joins us.
Hi.
There's a new world record set just a couple of days ago for stand-up comedy, the longest performance ever. 40 hours straight on stage performing stand-up comedy by an American comedian named Bob Marley, of all things.
Bob Marley.
Mm-hmm.
40 hours on stage. Garrett has spent a lot of time on stage. Thanks for coming in, by the way, this morning.
Oh, anytime. This is awesome. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for bringing us the tea, by the way.
Oh, no worries. It's matcha green tea.
Macho tea.
This is a very appropriate time for an interview with a stand-up comic, by the way. 8 o'clock in the morning. Thanks a lot.
Have you ever seen 8 a.m. before?
No, actually. It's been years anyway. But, yeah, late nights, you know. We even had a show last night, so...
How'd that go?
It was good, actually. It was at the Trainwreck, open mic comedy show at Flanagan's there. My buddy Rob runs it. And an appropriate name.
Trainwreck.
It's an open mic, man. It was good. It's one of those shows that, you know, it's rough to get people's attention at the start, but by the end, you get going, and we closed it out really strong last night. We had a lot of fun.
Right
Does
on.
it depend on the audience, the crowd that's there?
Well, yeah, but, I mean... You know,
There wasn't a huge crowd?
There's not a huge range of people there at that time on a Wednesday, so it's a challenge.
One of the rules of this world record was that the comedian has to perform in front of an audience of at least 10 at all times,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
they have to be awake. Can that be a problem at a comedy show?
Well, one that's running 40 hours, perhaps, but you know, I've personally never had the grief of having someone fall asleep during my set, but yet, anyway, I'll use the word yet there.
Yet. Yeah.
Well, this guy also, who set the world record, went 17 hours before he repeated a joke.
Yeah, that's the part that got me. That's unbelievable. I sometimes have problems filling an hour.
An hour is a long set.
It is a
That
long time, and it takes years to get to a point where you can actually have that much to talk about, and not only to talk about, but that's quality and is funny. I mean, anyone can just get up there and talk about their ideas and things that are, you know, mildly funny, but, you know, the point is to make people laugh, you know. 17 hours, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of times it takes comedians months to just put together a 5-minute set.
Oh, I'm one of them. It's I've been doing it for a long time now, you know, and I'd say that I've got probably a quality 45 minutes. And it's
45 minutes.
And I started
good,
7 years ago.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. That's so tough.
So this guy, yeah, I don't know. I would have liked to have seen that first 17 hours. That's impressive.
Have you ever wanted to do any stand-up? Have you done some stand-up,
I have
Steve?
done some stand-up in various settings and things like that.
Maybe you should
and
head out to the Oaken?
The Okanagan mic. The Oaken mic.
Okanagan mic, yeah. I might ruin it with some karaoke or something, so I wouldn't want to take that chance.
Chicken.
I think you should come out soon.
All right, then, fine. I'll put together a 17-hour set. And
Yeah, just slap it together just like that. Ain't no thing.
be there by about noon today.
Yeah, sure. We'll start it.
Yeah,
We'll start it. And that actually, this guy's set did start at like 7 in the morning or something outrageous.
Yeah, how are you going to get an audience out for a 7?
I don't even know how. I'm sitting here now at 8, just sitting here in a comfortable studio, having trouble speaking. This guy's going to go out and
There
do
must have been
stand-up?
free snacks at it.
I think
or
that was
something.
it.
Yeah.
The previous record holder was actually a comedian from Australia. Have you heard? Garrett, you're from Australia, right?
I am, yes.
Have you heard of this comedian that had the record previously?
You know, I started doing comedy in Canada, and I've actually never done stand-up in Australia. However, I do know a few Australian comics who are aware of Lindsay Webb of Brisbane. And just, you know, before coming out, I did look up this guy. And, yeah, it's unfortunate for him because he only set the record at the end of last year. So
It's already been blown.
Yeah, he didn't hold it for very long, did he? But still, 38 hours and 6 minutes, I believe it was.
All right, let's take a little break here and maybe more fun with. We don't have a comedian in the studio very often.
Yeah. All right. We're
Like
gonna
never.
Let's poke him with
Pressure's
a stick.
on. Yeah.
More with Garrett Clark in a second. Hang on.
This weekend, come into Sears for Super Saturday and Sunday, featuring super savings all weekend long on a huge selection of super buys through the store. This Saturday until 11 a.m., save 50% off almost all men's and women's regular price sleepwear and underwear, bras and pantyhose. Hurry in, the savings start early at 7 a.m. Super Saturday and Sunday at Sears. Good life, great price. Yeah.
It is 8:20, and we have local comedian Garrett Clark joining us in the studio this morning. Clark!
You can call me that.
Yeah.
Clark Garrett.
Clarky.
That sounds much
I call
more
you
handsome.
Gazzy.
Where are you from in Australia?
Sydney.
Sydney, all right, the big town. Now, Gazzy is a common shortening nickname for a name like Garrett.
The name Gary or Gareth or Garrett. They shorten to Gaz, or Carrie would be Kaz. And you just Kazzy Kaz. And I'm Gazzy Goo Goo to Heather, apparently. Gazzy Gaz.
Charles becomes Chaz a lot of times.
Yeah, I think
like
so. Yeah, we I don't know why we do it. Don't ask me.
Goofy
We just
little,
like nicknames.
Yeah, little differences between the countries.
Well, Garrett, you were just opening up for Jamie Kennedy. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was fun. I was doing that in St. John's, Newfoundland. I beat the hurricane, thankfully. Got out of there in the nick of time. It was fantastic. Yeah, he was. I didn't even know, to be honest with you, that he did stand up. But apparently, he's been doing it since he was 19. He was a really nice guy. If you guys don't know who he is, he was from the Jamie Kennedy Experiment, Malibu's Most Wanted, Scream. He's a movie star in The Ghost Whisperer as well, and it was fun. It was just him and I, so I got to do 30 minutes before him and bring him up, and everyone was there to see him. So the crowd was riled up, and it made for a good series of shows for sure. It was a blast.
Where was that?
It was Yuck Yucks in St. John's.
St. John's.
St. John's, Newfoundland.
Out in the east, yeah, right on. And so now you're back out on the road coming up soon here?
I am. I've thankfully got a week off, which is my first week off in like 6 months. It's insane. And then I head out to Saskatchewan.
You're a comedian. Every day's a day off.
Yeah, well, hey. It's a job. It's a job, Steve.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But I get some downtime here in Kelowna for a little bit and get to, do some open mics and then head out to the prairies for a 4-nighter.
What?
Ooh.
You're
First Saskatchewan, then Europe.
You know it. You got to start small, Steve. Start small. It's only been 7 years.
That's right.
now you also work for WestJet.
I do, yeah.
All right, so
would you like any cookies or bits and bites?
I would. Did you bring us some bits and bites?
I do. I'm a liar. I didn't.
But does your comedy ever mix in? Because I find if I've been on a WestJet flight, they're always, it's a little more fun the way they do the old announcements. Do you mix in your comedy with that?
I do a couple of the typical jokes when making those PA announcements, but I certainly don't go out of my way, and I don't know why. I think it's maybe the mentality that because I'm a comic that I feel like I should
funny.
I should be getting paid for it. Extra, I think, is where I'm coming from. But also, a lot of the stuff that I have written wouldn't be so WestJet friendly.
Oh,
right.
Gotcha.
So if Garrett is attending your flight, don't forget to tip him.
There you go. You'll get some hilarity if you throw me a toonie. That's what I'm worth, folks.
Like
30-minute set
maybe
on
the
the
Terminator.
Wow,
would
a
show up.
toonie? Who needs yucks?
The Terminator might stop by, though, and be on your flight, right?
Hey?
He might. He did that a little while ago, actually. I was doing a flight from Kelowna direct to Las Vegas. That's a wintertime schedule that we have. One of your friends was on board, and I think he had seen one of my shows. And he realized halfway through the safety demo that that I was a comic, and he started yelling out a couple of my jokes and a couple of I do some impressions, and one of them was Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he started going "Yarr, yarr." And I heard this, and I looked about where the commotion was, and then I looked at him and I said, "Who is your daddy? Is that you, Ken? What are you doing in Las Vegas? Calm down. Yarr. Would you like ice in your tomato juice?"
See, that's good. I would like that on the flight.
Who else can you do, guys?
Oh, I do. That's when I started off doing stand-up. That's what I was doing. It was just impressions, but they've slowly phased out. But I don't know. I do a couple of good ones. I think probably the best one is Hank Hill.
All right.
If you guys are familiar, let me take a sip of my macho tea.
See, can you do? I can't do it. I've tried. It's so hard to impersonate people.
Impersonations,
You've got a
not
voice,
so
Steve.
much.
You should be able to do that.
I think it depends on the person that you're trying to imitate.
You could do a good Brad Garrett.
Yeah, probably. I'll give that a try.
All right, here's Hank Hill for you guys, okay?
Make it good for the ladies.
All right. Ladies, you like cartoon characters? Pull your damn pants up, boy. I don't want to see that. Get out of here. And if I ever catch you whacking in here again, I'm going to hog tie you.
See, that's great.
That totally sounds
Thanks.
like
That is...
Lady Bird is not a racist.
All right, what's the website that anybody can get a hold of?
I have a website. It's garrettclark.ca. double R, double T, no E on Clark. Why does everyone laugh when I say that? Garre. Since public school. I don't know why that's so funny.
It's Garrett Clark. Thanks again so much for
Thanks for
stopping
having
by
me, guys.
and making
It was
us
a
laugh.
blast.
All right, if you ever want to try to beat that record,
Yeah.
go for 41 hours.
I'll get in touch with you guys in about 30 years.
We'll back up.